The Group 3 Panthers Hawkesbury Gold Cup coming up, and what a great race we have. The numbers 11, 2, 12, 3. Look, there's a lot of confidence around about this horse, number 11 On a High. He's been heavily...
The Panthers Hawkesbury Gold Cup for 2003. Lights are on. Gates are back. Tackass, Vital Agreement, Fast Away, Live in Fear, Ashworth, Full on Magic, and Stowaway the Grey came out very quickly. It's Full on Magic going to the front, surging to the lead from Stowaway. Ashworth is handy. On a High's going up to be fourth. Lord of Lords fifth on the fence. 3/4 Live in Fear from Carp Gun. Vital Agreement 3 out and going up centre field. 2 lengths away, Tackass, then Curator's Storm. Getting well back is Race the Ace. Inside of him, Scenic Boom, and a length away is Back in Dubai. At the 1100 metres, Mark and Rod Quinn has Full on Magic in front. He slows them up. Leads Ashworth 3/4. Stanley able to get across cheaply to sit outside the speed. 2 to Lord of Lords. Stowaway a handy fourth. 2 On a High in his tracks. On the rail, Live in Fear. Tackass around Carp Gun. Although Vital Agreement just slipped past him, and Tackass is a little wide now as Scenic Boom kicks up inside of him fourth last. Curator's Storm on the rail from Back in Dubai and Race the Ace. At the 700 metres mark in the Panthers Gold Cup, and the leader is Full on Magic. He leads by a length on Ashworth. Lord of Lords has had a great run. Price has given him a charm run on the fence. Stowaway being put under pressure to improve. Here comes Cassidy on Full on Magic. He peels 3 wide, 3 from the speed. He lums with his run very quickly. They were followed by Vital Agreement getting onto his back from Live in Fear, Tackass, and Back in Dubai as they turn for home. Full on Magic with a kick on the corner. Lord of Lords trying to get a run in the centre. He was disappointed as Stowaway went after him. On a High is coming with a big run, and so too Vital Agreement and Tackass. It's On a High and Stowaway fighting it out. On a High's got his head in front. Stowaway comes back, and Tackass and Vital Agreement fly. Stowaway in front, won the cup. The Greys got it. Stowaway for Chris Muntz from either Tackass or Vital Agreement. They got very tight near home. On a High fourth, Live in Fear and Lord of Lords next. They were followed by Race the Ace, Back in Dubai, Curator's Storm. A fair way back, pulling up smartly is Ashworth. Full on Magic, then came near the tail, Scenic Boom and Carp Gun. Stowaway, he was joined and almost headed by On a High, then Tackass and Vital Agreement all had a shot at him. But the Grey has found for Chris Muntz to give Chris his first victory in this feature Group 3 race, the Panthers Hawkesbury Gold Cup. And Gay Waterhouse also the first time that the First Lady of Racing has won the Cup. Her dad, the last time winning it with King's Ideal and Miracle Mal Johnston back in 1981. Number 2 is in the frame, a photo second and third between Vital Agreement and Tackass. Tackass, Vital Agreement. On a High will be fourth. The time is 1:37.53. 1:37.53. Chris gave him a lovely ride. He had him out of the gate quickly. He was able to get off the inside and sit up in a prime position. And then the Grey has shown all of his fighting customary resilience in the home straight as the lightning claps with the thunder in the backdrop. We stand by for second and third. Tackass, the deepest runner with Vital Agreement. They came after them. On a High failed to run the 1600. He loomed up to win, but he couldn't get there. He's battled in fourth position. They're home 35 and 4 to a photo. 35.40. It's 2 into photo. After the running of the Panthers Hawkesbury Gold Cup and Stowaway, only lightly raced. He's only had 36 outings. A great run at the Group 1 Epsom Handicap behind Clang-a-Lang. And at a distance that he has excelled at in the past, 5 runs and 4 wins at the metric mile of 1600 metres. Now the judge is having a difficult time working out second and third between Tackass and Vital Agreement. They were so wide out on the track. I can tell you On a High will be fourth. 35.4 the last 600 metres. And here he is, Chris Muntz, coming back. Chris has won most of the big feature races all over Australia, and now he's won the Group 3 Panthers Hawkesbury Gold Cup. Dashing ride. Had him in a beautiful spot all the way, and the Grey has responded. Give him a hand, folks, as he comes back. Chris Muntz and Stowaway for Gay Waterhouse, the First Lady, of course, overseas on holidays, but I'm sure she would have had a phone call, maybe listening into the call. And this old grey horse, who looked $1 million in the mounting yard, has raced right up to his good trial and his great record at the 1600. Now the judge is unable to semaphore second and third, suggesting it's awfully tight. There might even be a problem. They were so wide out on the track. We'll stand by for that. As I mentioned, the time 1:37.53. Others in the race, Ashworth got up there pretty cheaply, but he wasn't good enough. Back in Dubai was always well back. Full On Magic gave in the straight. Lord of Lords had a nice run behind them, but he couldn't get through. It's a dead heat second. It's a dead heat between Takass and Vital Agreement for second. A dead heat 14 and 15. And number 11, On a High, has finished back in fourth spot. So 2, 14, 15 have dead heated, 14, 15 for second. And number 11 has finished in fourth spot. Other details to come through. Grant, we've got a big storm coming, as I heard you, with the weather forecast from Bathurst, from the Orange District. You can see it over the valley at the Kurrajong area starting to close in. We've had lightning either side of the track. We've had huge claps of thunder, but luckily we've been able to run the feature race. We've got 2 more to go, and we'll be back with other details after the running of this year's Cup.
Yeah, Terry, just looking at